Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm working through some Python Kata challenges on Codewars. These are small coding exercises designed to build up your programming fundamentals through practice. Today, I'm tackling a handful of beginner level problems. Figuring out a number is even or odd, converting a number into a string, stripping spaces out from a string, and counting the vowels in a sentence. For each one, I'll walk through my thought process, write the solution in VS Code, comment it so it's clear why it works and not just what it does, and then push it up to my GitHub repo. If you're learning Python too, stick around. See how someone else breaks down these problems step by step. It can make a big difference. Let's get into it. Okay, so what we have here is create a function that takes an integer as an argument and returns even for even numbers or odd for odd numbers. So again, creates a function that takes an integer as an argument and returns even for even numbers or odd for odd numbers. So we have to figure out how to do that. Well, I've already come up with a solution, and that is under my VS Code here, and that is define even or odd numbers, which we have if number is divisible by 2 and it equals 0, we're going to return even because even numbers are divisible by 2. It's a modulus operator. So if a number is modulus to 2, it equals 0, we're going to return even. So one more time, we're going to use the modulus operator. It gives us the remainder after the division. It is not the result of the division itself. So it's not the result of it. But as long as it's divisible by 2 and equals 0, we're going to return even. Else, we're going to return odd. So if I take this guy, copy him, and then put him back in here, and test, boom, we pass. It works. So there's that one. Now we'll check this next one. We need a function that can transform a number, an integer, into a string. What ways of achieving this do you know? So we're going to take a number, which is an integer, and we're going to put it into a string. Number to string, negative number to a negative string. So I've already done this too as well. This one is literally not even 2 lines of code. Pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to use the string function. It's a built-in Python function that converts whatever you give into a string as a text representation. It works with almost any type of number, boolean, lists, etc. So it pretty much can return almost anything. So we're just going to use the string function right there. So I've already, I believe, copied it. We'll copy that, go into here, whoop, put that there, test, and passed. All good to go. And then our next one is write a function that removes the spaces from the string and then returns the resulting string. So input output. So we got to make sure all this, we have to make sure all this gets put together, basically from that to this, from this to that. So again, we're removing the spaces in between. And how do we do that? Well, it's a function that we're going to use again. We're going to use the replace function. We're going to replace the space with no space at all. So this is an immutable object. Strings are immutable objects in Python, so it means we can't change them. So it has to hand back a fresh one. So it will remove the space with no space. So this is where we were before and where we were after. So that's how that. We're going to return x. X is our space. So if we see any spaces at all, it's going to remove them. So we're going to copy this and we're going to put it in here and test. There we go. It removed all the spaces. So anytime it sees an empty space where X is, which if it sees an empty space here like that, it's going to remove it. And then it's going to move on to the next character. Oh, that's incorrect. We're going to look at the next character. Oh, yep, all those are spaces. So it sees it there, and then it's going to put no space in between. So it's going to replace it. It's not going to remove it. It's going to replace it with no space. So that's how that one works. Moving on to the next one. Return the number count of vowels in that return the number count of vowels in the given string. We will consider A, E, I, O, U as vowels for this cadence, but not Y. The input string will only consist of lowercase letters and or spaces. So we don't have to worry about uppercase and going down to lowercase. So we'll look here. This is what I came up with. There's lots of different ways to come up with this, but pretty much we're going to have a sentence that we're using, and then I'm going to start the count at 0 so we can count how many there are. And then the vowels, I defined vowels, and that equals A, E, I, O, U, and I didn't include Y. And then for char in sentence, so we have to define characters in the sentence. So for characters in a sentence is another one we defined. And if characters in vowels, we're going to count plus equals 1. So we're going to add 1 to our count, which is up here. We're going to add 1 for every single time we see a character that is in the sentence. And then we're going to return the count. And this again is a for loop right here. So this for loop will continue to go around and around until we've counted everything in the sentence. So I'll go right here, put that there, test, and it worked. Here we go. And then I'm going to click attempt and then submit. And then we're going to look again. I wanted to show you what other people have come up with. I mean, they've come up even with a shorter way of doing it. Mine was a little bit longer. I didn't know it at the time that you could do it this way. So this is actually a better way of doing it, because the shorter the lines of code, the less memory it takes up, therefore it's quicker to run. So that is a very, very amazing way of doing that. So I mean, someone even had it even shorter here. So cool. It's pretty awesome to see it that way. But anyways, I have all my ways of explaining it. I've uploaded it to my repository. So as I do some more, I'll update it and explain how I came up with the solution and upload it under my repository, and I'll keep this open to the public. To recap, I work through even or odd, convert a number into a string, remove string spaces, and count vowels. And I got all of them to pass with clean, commented solutions. If you want to check out the full code, it's on my GitHub. Links in the description. And if you're working through Codewars yourself, let me know in the comments which katas you're stuck on. I might cover them in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.